Right then, let's go. Isn't that cool? Okay. Need to get. Alright, so. Hold on. Check the phone. Hold on. Check the phone. But check this guy here. Yeah, so I think we. I want to remove the landing. The running landing altogether. Let's remove the landing. So yeah, this guy is absolutely all be fine. Anyway, anyway. Right. So, sequence finish that again. This guy. Hello, Flensant. When is our next mock session? Pretty soon, because we need to get a lot of new data. So yeah, it should be relatively soon. Good, nice market session with the boys. Oh. Okay, just for now, just do this, right? We just want to check. Well, I would say within a month for sure. Right. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's okay. Now that's a lot better than that like weird landing. Right. So now, of course, we cannot. This might just be okay. Oh yeah, we need to re-enable that thing. Ironically, like in slow motion is like it's a lot better than. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. That. Okay, let's check. So yeah, we need to address this issue, right? But oh, it's actually doing anything. What is that? I don't know. If I don't do this, what's gonna happen? It's gonna probably. Is it gonna look for us? Yeah, it's gonna look forever. Yeah, so obviously this one is needed. So this is like very ropey. So now. Yeah, I know that the golden rule just never do anything below that, but I'm not convinced. In this case, I think we need a very short black data. Yeah. I mean, it might be better than before because it's not worse than before. So, yeah, that doesn't do that. Oh, what? That did that? Yeah, it did. What the heck? Yeah, to be honest, I don't mind it that much. Yeah. Yeah, it's. I think all we needs to do is just a bit. Uh, is that gonna work? Yeah. So in that case, there, right? I just don't need to make it fall. Really. I think like that is the lesson to learn. Like, don't make it fall. Yeah, there is a very. Yeah, because that is just stupid. I mean, we could, but I think that is just the limit. Yeah, it actually worked out quite well. To just throughout the night. So there, right? Isn't it? Yeah, that. So, yeah, generally better. So, yeah. What? What on earth is this guy? That's weird. It's weird to me. What the hell was that? Okay, so this guy here. I mean, what was we looking at? Oh, blending time. Yeah, so this is I think this needs to be. Yeah, Yeah, so clearly this is too much, and the other one is too little, right? I mean, this one might be justified. Yeah, there's that. Definitely awful, but yeah, so that one we just need to, okay, few consideration there. Yeah. Um, how do we... Oh yeah, that doesn't really, doesn't really work. Jump off here. Ah, it's a lot better as the landing. Yeah, why it doesn't do that in the other one? We need to get this guy. But how do we do it? Well, first we need to re-enable the roles, and then we take it from there, right? So land. Oh right, okay. Yeah, okay, two. Okay. All right, matey. All right. Yeah. So let's go here. Can we get Yeah, so this, okay, first thing, just fix this one. Here we go. Is this folding time enough? Right. Um, time. I mean, we need to choose the other guy as well, so maybe just really worth it. No, anyway, check this guy here. I can't believe that that was more than. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, so 0.6. Right. So in my mind, no, I mean we just need to make a call, but you know, something like this, you can basically. I mean, it will really deplete your energy for sure. You don't know, but you could do it, right? 0.6 is 0.6 is enough, right? So let's see where it is really like too much. We do this. Right, this one is way too much, right? This one will really crush, right? Yeah, one. There is very fine line between, like, this is 1 second. So ridiculous. But between 0.7 and 1 second just gets like between basically being okay and dying. It's just 0.4 of a second. It's quite an interesting stuff. So everything below, I think this really will screw you up for sure, right? Right, not even the tomato will do that. I can. The different match. So it's quite interesting. So 1 second of a fall, you basically, no, you don't die, but you really break your leg, like extremely badly. So I think what we could do is, so So at 0, more than 0.7, I would say. If it's more than 0.7, then you basically break your neck. If it's less than that, then we need to. If it's less than 0.05, I think we should let you go. It could be 0.6, right? Yeah, 0.6 is a big draw, and you really need to do something about it. But for the most part, it's gonna be okay. It can basically, but if you do a roll, then it will. Ah, yeah. Actually, that is a good point, Clown. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. You need to take that into account. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactement. Yeah. Well, can you see what is the threshold? Oh, can I get away with it? Move this guy. Move this guy here. So, like, this guy, yes. Let's say, what is the polling time? 0.73, right? Okay, I mean, let's call it 0.75 is. I mean, you really need to protect your phone here, for sure. Well, that's really profound. Yeah. So, okay, let's get all the cases in. So, it's one thing. Yeah, exactly. So, if you're not rolling, then you need to have what bad impact from like anything above like 0.5, 0.6, you should get impacted by that. Anything above that. Yeah, yeah, let's run this. We hate this guy, he knows it's helpful. So every time we have like a function that calls another function is like sus. No bueno. But that's a lesson for another day. Get landing input. Yeah. So this um I think this is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. Okay. Nice. Yeah, it works. It's just I didn't trigger it. So yeah. So London input. Uh, okay. So let's do things properly. Let's start doing things properly. Uh, okay. So yeah. Let's do things properly. But at first, I need to do things slightly improperly. So yeah, then so what is it? Tide. Oh right, okay. Landing tide equal E landing tide rolling. Oh, there's a crushing one. Um, oh, I may have that case covered already, actually. So if it's no, if it's running. So if it's running, it should right. Just see what happens here. Does it? Yeah, it should overwork, right? It should just go straight from the landing. Why not straight from the connection? Yeah, okay, yeah, that will. Okay, so that works. So it's running. Okay, good. Like, let's cover this case later. So otherwise, right? And we're gonna do this thing like properly. So how can landing type be normal? No. Mm-hmm. What the hell is this? Um. Okay. So basically, yeah, I really need to check. Basically, this is the case. The heck? What is landing? What? Oh, right. So this guy here, this guy here. It's not, this one is strange. This one is very. But it's like, let's get the logic. So yeah. Okay, I mean, okay, so this guy is. I really, really need to get this one. I'm really not happy with. It's actually what this. Okay, it's just right. It's relatively simple, but all this like edge cases, it just really gets to. Feel that. So I think, yeah, I think it's a bit. Feel that. So. Yeah, I quite like it, to be honest. I just keep it. I mean, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it can be bad. I quite like it actually. Yeah. I mean, it's way too much. It's just stupid. Oh, we can't no jumps. Something strange is afoot this week, okay. It's quite nice actually. I just quite like that this floor is nice. It's rather nice. But it's not exactly correct because so the case that we need to cover now, just this guy here. No? So we need to get all the well, we need to get the big impact and basically deplating the energy.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. David is in the house.
I'm in the house. Oh, well, it's only 3. God, I need to start waking up earlier again. Fuck.
Okay, so it's relatively good progress on the falling. Just trying to put things in place. Yeah, I think we got a rather solid structure here. A couple of things to do. Let me share my screen.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm thinking I've got a shoot for 4, so I'm wondering what's best to tackle now. Are we best off potentially? Wait, is that did you say you re-elaborated all the animations? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are we best off then potentially maybe if we spend this time now to merge, and then this evening when I'm back from training we can just do the rest of the stuff, because then on the train I'll work. I'll do. I'm trying to see what key things left to do aside from some bug fixing. Yeah, really got no reason.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you wanna like grab latest, and so there is one thing that I'm pretty sure is wrong. Is this queue action that I saw this function was removed, but in the merge it was re-added. Where's the guy here? Reset action queue. Like this guy here. What is the status of this action queue stuff?
Oh,
Because I think this is I made it wrong for sure.
yeah, that did. Yeah, I mean, let's basically, because we can redo this. A lot of this stuff was like, I wanted to prototype a lot of stuff, so we can do that well fully probably, but so basically, rather than stuff being like basically everything's passed to like a centralized like action queue. So it's not really queue, it's just like stores the next thing you want to do, right? And the current thing you're doing as like a function, like a callback function. So then when we say like I want to do a cat pass, for example, we say, okay, well, queue up cat pass as a thing. And it said, well, do you have anything queued? And it says, no, I don't. And so it says, okay, well, do the cat pass. And if you do, queue it. So that once you land or you finish, you can do that one next. This reset action queue, I don't know if I use it anymore. I think I might. That is literally, I'm pretty sure it just resets a flag. So that that flag of has an action queued can go by basically doing a check for like like you can see
Yeah.
that it's literally. So this I'm pretty sure we don't actually need, and I think instead, like there where we say because all it's doing is checking like if has a queued action, um, and I think instead, I mean I guess a couple different ways like because then having a queued action is knowing whether or not your other one is handy. So it's just whether or not I think just queued action if that returns nothing basically.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think you see, this is one of the classic cases in which a bool is almost always redundant. Like we were saying
Yeah,
last night, it just
yeah,
feels
that's what I
like
mean.
that this bool is whatever this Q action is should return, right?
Because that queued action really, what it should just be is that when you want to clear it, you should just clear
That's the no, yeah,
clear queued action. So like you should call it whatever it is, and then like clear your actual queue. Rather than the reset. All it is actually is just clearing the queued action.
yeah.
And then if that is not null or whatever it is. To be
Um,
fair, I can actually if I okay, actually do you want to leave that
yeah,
because then
yeah,
I
yeah,
can do that on the train
yeah,
because I can improve all that. I was gonna
yeah.
plan to do that. Please.
Yeah, no, you
That's
will
the
see
perfect thing.
that there are a couple of places where I'm pretty sure the merge didn't really work out. So, but you see them because,
Yeah.
yeah, for example, I was just doing doing the falling bit, and they just say, okay, yeah, let's see, what is the status now, and they would just it would just be there, and you would just know what is working and what is not working. The main big change on this merge that I did is I remove all the managers from the human character. So the
Hmm.
the trace manager is no more. So what we got instead is every component can call trace functions here. Like I'll show you
Cool.
here. We got parkour traces. So in the parkour components, you just say, oh, like do all the traces that you need for parkour, right? So you just store that data like in the component that you need it for, so they're not like propagated like crazy. That is like the main change though. Yeah, if you see in the human character .h, now basically it's got no
Just
manager.
stuff
It's like,
relevant to the character itself, not the
yeah. So he
yeah.
only got like this is the only data that it's got. It's just and this one I think it can go as well because I see this is set in only like in a couple of places, but I think this will go as well. But basically here is like, yeah, what is the capsule
Just
height, blah
character
blah blah.
specific stuff. Yeah.
The post
Yeah.
matching because yeah, this is global and that's it, right? Yeah, the animation curve. But then everything else, right? It's just this, is in each one of every component here, right? You got the components
Hmm.
here, and this one as well goes as well. So, oh yeah, we got the previous stuff, but like these are the only variables that are now. So there are no managers, nothing like. If you see now, uh, basically it's all like moved all in the constructors because like these guys are created with like they need to be created in the constructor because this function here create default sub object that works on this class, well, on these um, class types. It only works in the constructor, by the way, that Unreal Engine decided to do. So there is no like in the begin play, it's like almost like empty now. It's just like setting a few things, yeah. But like it's basically empty. Before it was all of this, oh yeah, just create managers and blah blah. Now it's just all gone. Oh yeah, and the other big change here is just we don't have the animation data. We don't create the animation data table anymore. Um, because now the animation data table is uh, um, property. So it just says, okay, for this character, what animation data set you have, and then you set it there. Um, and that will let us package the build, because otherwise, without that, we couldn't package the build. And that's basically it. You see that like everything is exactly the same, but things are in slightly different places. But yeah, the main takeaway is that everything now is in its own components. Like in the parkour component is where we would do most of the stuff. So everything, like now we need to really take care of like this guy here and just make it like solid for. So
Yeah.
yeah, you see, it's gonna be a lot harder now to have very annoying bugs, because the falling will be, oh yeah, okay, it's just like is the falling bug. The only thing that I'm not quite happy about is in our SPP character controller, the movement component, which is got, I think it's gotten for the landing. Yeah, like these guys here, they're very sus here, because it really looks
Yeah.
like that this is part of the
Yeah. I think really
something that
this
is.
should this should just say when it lands. You should just say what my slide type was, and then the landing guy can.
Yeah, yeah. So, but apart from that, like, so now here, like, if you go, like, everything is in the foley manager, for example. Like, everything is just like it needs to be like dealt within. So if we do it like land, and then yeah, we land, right? This is like everything must be inside here, and it's already like that. So like, because now this manager here, right? They are still the same guys. I mean, slightly different classes, but now it's uh part of the like um the I added a new class, which is player parkour movement, which is the same player based movement as it was before. But if you derive from this class, it's go a pointer to the parkour component, which are called P owner. And you see is you here in the foley manager, you see yeah, like if you need something specifically that is for the parkour component, for example, get the landing input, it's just you use P owner. If it's like something for the character, you just use owner. But most of this stuff, right? Stop, force feedback, and play sound. Um, I think this shouldn't be in the owner. Like my aim is just to not have any of these functions here, because this should really be like dealt within the manager or the component stuff. There is like is pretty stupid to have everything is isolated and then say, oh yeah, no, but you need to
Mm.
play a sound that is stored in the you know in the character. It's just like this completely defeats the point. So uh but yeah, I'll take care of that later. First I'm gonna do we're gonna make sure that everything is just it just work. And what I was doing now, it was just yeah, trying to get this logic about, okay, like if you're landing, you know um if you're landing
Yeah.
running, then just don't. Basically, the main thing is just don't play the landing animation if you just need to go quickly back to locomotion. That was
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, one of the yeah. No, sorry. No, I just
Yeah,
interrupted.
finish it.
Oh no, I was gonna say with the sound. I think really what we should have is like like you said, a sound component that actually handles all this stuff, and instead we have a like these guys will may fire off delegates. So that's what I was doing for a lot of the the scoring stuff, and I think it's a lot nicer because like the scoring manager is kind of doesn't really know or care about when things fire in here, But what it can do is subscribe to some delegates on the character, wherever it's attached to say like, oh, I need to play a sound at this time. So, for example, like I've got or it's not a sound, so do something. So I've got a lot of like when you've completed an action, right? It doesn't need to know like, oh, do an action, say score points, but instead
like
we just say action
this guy
completed.
here, action trigger
Yeah,
delegate.
yeah, so action triggered and stuff like that, and that way then, and we can even have like a singular way of doing that, right? But then we say, okay, character, we've triggered an action, and the scoring guy says, okay, well now it's an action's trigger. I can ask the character anything about what it did, and then generate scores from that, and then it's like action finished. Okay, finalize the score then. And that way, then, at no point, this guy doesn't know anything about scoring, and scoring doesn't really know anything about this guy. They just interface with the manager. So I think we can do similar for the sound in terms of like, yeah, none of these, because I think here like the falling manager saying to play a sound is probably wrong.
Yeah, so, no, that is totally wrong. I mean, there's like, like
it also then has it understands the sound types. Like he's got grunt, whereas like it shouldn't really.
Yeah, but yeah, and also like the problem is that this ground sound type, which we may want to use only for the falling or the landing, is like bleeded into a global scope, which is the character, right? So basically, all the character knows that he has to have a ground sound, but like you don't have to store it there because like hypothetically, if you do not have the parkour component, you will never land. Like technically, you will never land because you only go the normal locomotion. And even that, if you don't even have a normal locomotion, then you don't even need right? Of course, you need to have something to make it work. But like theoretically, like you can have a character that just stands still, right? It's just like it's just a mesh, right? So, and I think that is like logically that mesh, it doesn't need to have a ground sound, right? Because technically that is just a mesh, right? And then you add the components and you make it alive with the components. But yeah, so basically everything needs to be in the scope where it's used, and of course there are gonna be. Maybe they're gonna be like a ground sound is also used in another component, and yeah, so what? Like we have a slightly redundant, pointer to that. It is the same sound, but it's just used in two places if we really have to. But I think those are like very like edge cases that we can accept a little bit of redundancy in favor of the code being cleaner.
Yeah. 100%. All right, cool. All right, let me grab this. Let me check in my changes and then grab this. Let me get rid of
So
the anime.
when you merge with, I already merged and pushed into main, and there was like, as I said, apart from that couple of things that you will notice, action, the action queue stuff is probably broken, but apart from that, like it's okay. And
Did you have a character blueprint and anime blueprint changes by chance?
an MVP no, a character MVP yes, and that is very important because there is the animation data table in there.
No, that was perfect because I just added all the data matching databases and the U assets for the controls. I fixed up on some of them.
Oh, in the anime BP, right?
Yeah, for the MM stuff, but
use your anime BP for sure.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, let me check in first, and I'll pull.
And if you have any changes in the animation for some reason, just take mine because again, like
I've killed them all.
Yeah, at least the first time you need to sync on the animation data table, and then after you sync it once, then it's like like it used to be.
Yeah,
before.
no, I've killed it all. Yeah, I've just killed any animation stuff.
I may do another another change, slight change in that, but nothing major. Like another, like it's rather small change there. Like now we go one animation data table for all of the uh, type of animation. Like we go jump, vaults, falling, landing,
So do we have a
running.
date set for each one? You're saying?
I think so because technically all the code is already separated into having those different uh, different components. So I think I think it fits quite well, to be honest, because like uh, I mean we could keep it like this for now, but having one data table will result into like if I make some changes in the, I don't know, I'm working in the falling animation and I need to re-elaborate some stuff, and then you're working on I don't know, the vaulting, then we cannot merge, right? Because there is only one data table. That is the
Yeah.
only thing, that the reason why I wanted to split it. So I mean, we can say, okay, I'm working on the falling, you working on the vaulting, and everything is no happy. Oh yes, the other thing that we really need to check is that, so basically I re-elaborated all the animations, like all of them. So that means that the elaboration will be reanimated with the current code, right? That we currently came up with. So there might be some side effects if we had some specific code that we didn't update for, I don't know, getting the climb up, pelvis and root, that we know that we changed it like a million times, but we
Yeah.
left some animation there. And I think that is a good practice, right? I think from time to time, right, we should like re-elaborate everything just to make sure that the code is always in sync with the
You
data.
think? Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
100%.
so there will be some oddities there. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not, but yeah, everything is being re-elaborated to whatever the current logic is now. So, oh yeah, there is another very good thing. It's just it took me about 5 minutes to re-elaborate all the animations, like all of them, and it doesn't crash anymore. So it's actually very
Beautiful.
fast now.
Oh, to actually do it all, you could just press it and go.
Yeah, I mean, I did it once per type, right? Say
Oh,
all
okay.
the
All the
jumping, all the
thing.
vaulting,
Oh, that's
but
so nice.
yeah, overall it took me like 5 minutes for all of them, like all of them.
Oh wow, that's actually crazy useful. I can't lie to you.
Yeah.
This merge is actually pretty easy to be honest. I'm merging. Hold on, let me I had a couple changes. I'm just merging out now. This needs purpose for velocity. I just have as false right now. Now, I'm not going to kill it. Well, I am going to kill it eventually, but I'm not going to kill it like this now. I'm going to leave this because I may in the future bring it back. But for now,
So yeah, I'll show you. It's actually like working quite well now. So now if you fall and you don't do anything, you just keep going with the locomotion. But if you fall and then you just roll, it just does it properly. So I go so now
Wait, sorry, can you do that again? Sorry.
so this is like you're falling and then you just go straight in the locomotion, like if you don't have any um yeah, if you don't press anything. But what I need to add is we need to have some damage, right? So if you're falling like from very very high, you cannot go straight
Yeah,
into
you need to
locomotion. You
actually
need to
land.
get
Yeah.
some damage, right? But there is a limit in which you can you can roll, right? So I figure out that there is like 1 second is the maximum time that like if you fall for more than 1 second, you break your leg. Like I mean, in the real world. So whether that translates to
Yeah,
the
we'll
real
have to
world,
see
we
what
need
the
to see.
translation
But
is.
yeah. So here I just.
Okay, well, I'm merged up now actually. So let me also gonna grab these.
Oh yeah, another thing that probably screw up is I cannot climb anymore. I probably screwed that one up.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna
Oh no, I did now. Yeah, but yeah, it's something quite dodgy. It's yeah, something.
liar. Yeah, no, that'll be fine. I mean, I'll debug all this crap here, so don't worry. Um,
Actually,
okay, cool.
nice
Yeah,
as
I'm
well.
just grabbing merge now. Okay, so now we're back on the same thing. That's cool because now we can just fix stuff, and at least we know that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I quite like now yeah, the falling. I mean, yeah, we need to have those edge cases, but the rolling out of a fall is so good.
Yeah, I made some tweaks to that actually, to get it to this. So, yeah, a couple things I did. Changing up some of the logic of, yeah, changing up some of the logic for transitioning in and out, and like when you do it, kind of, and some stuff like that, and some behaviors. It's a lot nicer now, isn't it?
Yeah, and it doesn't have that crazy acceleration like that he had before. And
Yeah,
I
no.
really like
Really
the
nice, and the blend is so much smoother.
yeah,
Even
and
like
I
even if you just jump over a wall and then go to a roll, it's a lot nicer too. Like if you just
and I like the fact that if I start very early the with the thing, it just plays the shitty one. Is it just
yeah, so
okay?
it's all like timing based. I think I need to tweak the ranges and thresholds, but they're all just like numbers really. So yeah, it's all timing based. It's the same with the sticks. Like the closer to landing you are, the better the roll will
Yeah,
be. I think then we can also do like an actual better roll, like one that really preserves speed and like speeds you up, for example. And it also ties into your scoring. So the quality of the roll also gives you
yeah.
different scores. I've not got them set up now, but it is all there. I
Good.
just need to add it in the character blueprint. So,
But I think
but I'll
the
do that
other
very.
thing that I would change there is maybe I don't know, like I quite like it, but maybe just because I always like untap before I land. So like if you don't press it while you're landing, it doesn't register as a yeah as a roll. So you need to keep it, you need to hold it um, until you actually land, right, to be registered. Maybe a tap would, I don't know.
I don't know because there's something like same with the sticks that I think like the hold
Yeah,
keep,
the whole, yeah.
keeps you in that motion. Like with the stick, like if it was a tap, I think you'd lose that feeling of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
land bit, like bang. And I think with the roll the same way in terms of like being precise with your like input, like because what feels really nice is when you press it to roll right at the like the edge point, like you're right at the end, and you hold that, and then it goes into roll, and it just makes the roll. I guess it's like kind of like preference. Like we could play around with both and see what feels.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I quite like it. I think like the only
I,
thing for
I
me is
do.
like I never know when to release it. Like when is it good enough to release?
Maybe once you start rolling, like, well, the second you start rolling, it's good to read. It's like you get a feel. The one reason I like it is because I like the consistency through the stick as well, like the same mechanic in
Yeah.
essence, because it then makes it like easy. It's like oh, okay, I got hold. So, but I think yeah, like because then I also think you need some feedback that you've landed in that
Oh
sense,
yeah,
or
yeah,
you need some feedback as to when is the landing point, kind of thing. So,
yeah.
because sometimes it's a little bit vague. So yeah, but in general, it's just a good. To be fair, I just think in general, that quality mechanics, the shit is just a good mechanic, especially for the stick as well. It just works quite nicely. So, yeah,
Yeah, no, I like it. I like the
yeah. And then we need to bring back, like, like the Catland where you put your hands on the ground. Like
yeah.
before, when we had it before, you used to do that so often, and it became, and this was again like one of the things that I noticed at our level. I used to do it all the time, right? And now
Yeah.
we
It's
need to
more
be a
annoying
bit
than
more
anything.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, we need to be more precise about when you do it, so you can do it normally, right? So just you don't have to input. But then the part of me is like, maybe you do need to input it, like maybe you do actually need to
Yeah, no,
input
that's
to do
true
a
because
cat.
I was actually covering that case, right? So like, if you're like going off this kind of height here, you need to, and you don't roll. You need to like action it, right? You just need to say, right, okay, yeah, I don't roll, but I cannot just run away like nothing happens, right? I just need to protect myself, right? So
Yeah, so it was whether or not we say the cat, like the roll and stick, right? They're very like specific kinds of landing, but it's whether or not we say, oh, like the cat landing is an input in itself, like
yeah, yeah,
that itself you need to hold or press something to say like, oh, I'm doing a cat landing,
yeah,
or that
yeah.
it just reacts to it dynamically. It's one of those ones that it kind of depends, right? Because it's like you kind of want, yeah, you want it to, yeah, it's a tricky one because you
Yeah.
kind of want it to like just kind of be a bit more things so you don't like what I don't want is to have too many. It's the irony of it all, right? Like I always think there's a balance between having a lot of control and then having too much in the terms of like there's so much going on that you're like Jesus, like does that mean like
No,
there's
yeah,
a
it makes,
million
yeah,
different
total
ways to
sense.
land and like that's great, but then if all these different ways you land play a role on your gameplay wise, then all of a sudden when you're landing you've got like 30 different things to think about and it's like
Yeah,
fucking hell, I just want to land, like you mean. So like if you say okay you got sticks and then you got rolls, it's like okay those are two things I can think about. Then if you say oh you got cats, then you've actually got like 1 foot lands and you actually got 2 foot. It's like it's a lot to think about when I'm landing. Like and I think for the average player it's just like it's just a lot.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I wonder that balance between how much do we make you have to drive the landing versus at what point do we say hey like I think the cat land, I think those three potentially you can specify like
Think, right? If you just stop, you do a Catalan, right? Because that is a skill on itself. It just stop it. So if you tap a
oh I
roll,
see. So
you
if you're
do the
saying if you
roll.
hold the roll, if
Yeah,
you hold it you roll, if you tap
yeah,
it you cat like that works
yeah,
beautifully. That's an easy. So if it's a tap and a release, it goes to a cat land.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, to be fair. And that's so then what we can say actually then is like if at any point you wanted to do it, because obviously as now we initialize your landing type as like locomotion whatever, then if at any point you say oh tap, it's like okay well say we want to land as a cat landing, then you can still have like when you land was I holding the left
yeah,
bumper or like was I triggering the thing and it still does the roll. So you can press the cat and then change it to the roll. That's
yeah.
fine, but you could press the cat and then yeah, I like that to be fair. And then there's not like a whole timing element to the cat landing because the cat landing really is just like what's what's a shitty cat landing compared to like a good one? It's one of those
Yeah.
ones that's like uh, like
Maybe
I
the
feel like
same
you'd
thing.
yeah
Like the latest, like yeah, like the earliest you go, the shit you get, right?
yeah it's true yeah oh exactly you know exactly that yeah exactly that. So if you want to do it, you need to press it and release it before landing and the
Yeah.
closer to that point in time yeah easy peasy.
I guess like the
Yeah.
only known like inputable uh, parameter there is just like let's say that you are falling 10 meter, like or like you are falling high, like the only way to save it is to do the roll, right? So like if you are above a certain height, like
Mm.
you need to roll it if you want to land it without crashing, right? Like you can still
Yeah.
cut landing, but you would basically crash. Like your stamina will go to zero, and like it will, whoever like slow down
Yeah.
and will do horrible things. Because I think like that makes like there is something that because then like you cannot like cut land from 20 meters, like it would just be
Mm.
stupid, right? So I think
Yeah,
yeah,
we
like
break your
having
head.
tiers of okay, from here to here, you can land normally, cut land, and from here to there, you need to roll. And if you cut
Mm.
land, you just crash. If you don't
You
do
just crash
anything,
them.
you crash. Yes, something like that,
Yeah.
right? Some tiers.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. Oh yeah,
And then we
that
layer
sounds good.
that with the timing, right? So basically,
Mm.
if you're falling out from very high and you absolutely don't do anything, you just you crash badly.
Yeah, you're gonna bail. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna
and then you
smash. Yeah.
go all that matrix of, okay, so if you just tap it,
Yeah,
make
then there's a
sure it's
layer. There's
nice. Yeah.
layers to it, right? Yeah, yeah. There's layers to it. Okay, you know, I'm actually gonna add. Let me add on a to-do list. Let me add a board for landing. Landings. Um,
Yeah,
and then
actually,
in
let's
that
have it in Minanote. Yeah, because
minute. So then in that, I'm gonna
I'm
add.
doing that right now, so just put it in progress. I think it's quite easy to do.
Yeah. So in that, I'm gonna add cat landing option. Yeah, so add cat landing option. Put cat landing as a left bumper tap. Query time tap was done to determine landing quality. Add.
Wow,
Yeah.
Microsoft lays off 1,900 Activision employees. They just bought it.
Jesus.
1,900.
So many. So add additional checks for landing. I.e additional checks for landing. So this is like how we've fallen for. Determine what landing will not cause what landing will not cause a bill. Cool. All right, that's in the landing one. I'll move it to in progress as well. Cool. All right, fantastic. Fabulosa. Okay, so yeah, so for me, I'm going to do while I'm doing. We do a cleanup. I'm gonna do refactor action queue to get rid of Boolean flags. Yeah, so refactor the action queue. Check rest of functionality to ensure all still working. Cool. All right, perfect. Okay, lovely. Lovely. Yeah, I mean the merge seemed pretty it's all good, so we merged up. Okay, so on the train, I'm gonna fix the action queue.
Oh yeah,
And
fix
then
that.
once that's fixed, I'll make sure everything's working as it should be again. And then what should we tackle tonight? I mean, tonight I'd love to really nail the get the locomotion all sorted.
Yeah, I think let's do a locomotion.
So I brought back the like squeeze, shimmy, and stuff. I've uncommented the thing to do it, but it does work. I guess it depends on. Do we want to have? Do you think a like balance walk, balance run, balance sprint, separate
Yeah, it was
motion
working
thing?
so well yesterday, so we
That's
may
why,
as
because
well
part of me is I just don't even think we need it. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm wondering. So I think I might just leave it. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I think I just need to actually just use better animation. So I'd also do that on the train. I'm just gonna add in some animations for the balancing squeeze shimmy. I couldn't find the shimmies and squeeze ones. I don't know if they're in the thing. It might be worth having a check.
I'll have a look and so because I saw it in one of your latest mock-up session. I saw it, so
Yeah, I did it in here. I remember just squeezing through random bits and bobs.
yeah, um, yeah, I'll find them because I remember, like, did you do the squeeze or the shimmy? I don't remember. Like, maybe the squeeze? No, I don't remember actually. Or maybe you did only the balancing, right?
No, I've got they're here. So shimmy, flip David, December 9th. Shimmy,
Ah,
squeeze,
okay.
December 6th.
Oh, nice. Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah, December. It was on the 10th of December. Yeah, that seems about right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, there's some idols and stuff. Yeah, so okay, it's in the no, it's in the anims. It's not brought into Raw. Let me you know what I might do? Might just quickly check that in. Actually, because then yeah, let me quickly check those in, push them to
Yeah,
Raw, and
so
then
we
that
don't
way,
have it. Yeah, we have them somewhere.
yeah, that way we have it, and then you can just go do your thing.
I haven't checked guns level yet. It'd be nice if we can use something, but we'll be positive about that. I think it's still quite not ready.
Yeah. Yeah, if we can nail that, get the locomotion. So yeah, and it doesn't, it doesn't have to be perfect for this version. It just needs to be good enough. So we get those three in. If I have those animations, I can elaborate and all that on the train too. So those three guys, and then we do. I think what would be the next best thing to do? I
Because
guess
the
probably gonna take me
like
pajamas.
ironically, like trying to cover more cases, like in the normal locomotion we have start and stopped, we have accelerate, slow down, but because of the way they're all in separate, like motion matching data, they there is a very strange blend between them, and ironically the balancing, which is in just one data set, it works a lot better because it doesn't have the real blend effect. Now the normal locomotion really looks a lot like ice skating 4, some parts, which I really don't like. You know, I wonder if there is a simpler case to do them.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
I think like what Ken did that was like correct is just using like type traits to say, okay, now you are running, now you are walking, now you are in
Yeah. And enforce those type trades as opposed to
yeah.
forcing the. Yeah, for
Because
sure.
yeah, I didn't see any other way of like having running and walking into different motion matching data sets without blending them. So how do I go from one to another? What I really would like to do, not to blend them, but like to motion match them, right? So that's the whole
Hmm.
point. So uh, yeah, it may need to yeah, and maybe simplify that set. And I think like we really need to get another set of locomotion data. I mean, for sure. Like some maybe we see if from Cardiff we got like a better
Yeah.
running loop or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really, I'd love to just get a massive, massive space and just be like, yes, like just, do it properly, but have my PC, just like set up the PC, not a laptop, and then just do it
Yeah.
really properly. And then same with like the tricking and the flips, like because we can really go into depth with it, and it's frankly pretty easy to scale it now to get a fully fledged like on ground stuff. Uh, And then same goes for like so much stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We had the locomotion. One of the locomotion motion capture was in a basketball court. I mean, it was bigger than the basketball court. No, maybe it was a basketball court, but yeah, it was like flat and like large enough for you to run, to run, twist, and turn. But of course, like it was, outdoor, and we
Mm.
have to do the onboard recording. But maybe just an empty gym, right? An empty gym which
That's
has
what,
some
I think that's what
equipment.
he needs. I think it's just a really open space. I mean,
Yeah.
there's this place in Brighton that's like a dance studio that has loads of like flat ground, loads of things. I think, and it seems pretty big. Might have to go. I might go check it out at some point this week, and just ask him about like, hey, like I'm an indie dev. I think it was like 50 quid for a day or something. So I was like, oh, you know
Ah,
what?
okay. Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
screw it. We'll go just set up because then I can just get an Uber with my PC in the back, set up the
Yeah.
laptop, set up everything, like, and just
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's right by the office, like the store office.
ah,
Um,
really? Okay.
so even better. So yeah, lots we can do there. So
Or like maybe in summer we can do a day, I don't know, a racetrack. I mean, I would really like to have like 100-meter that like you just run for 100 meter and without having to slow down because you hit the wall and stuff like that. Just run straight for 100 meter. I don't know, just to get that more consistency in the run.
yeah, 100%. Okay, yeah, I do have. Yeah, I have got a bunch of shimmies and squeezes. Cool. All right, I'm gonna check these in, and then I've got to shoot off the training. But on the way there, I'm gonna train. I'm gonna do all this. I'm gonna, yeah. I think. I'm not sure what I've saved.
Oh, I like our Milano board now. We've got also very funky icons. It's actually quite cool.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm really. I want to. Yeah, start. I might actually stick it in the. It's channel 2 actually in the 012 focus group. Let me pin it. Can I pin a message? Am I able to pin a message? No, I can't. I can't pin a message.
No.
Let me. Oh, I'll do it in a bit. I mean, it's literally like 3 of us working on it, so it doesn't really matter as long as we have it. Um, but yeah, that's all. There's just once obviously once everyone come on, let's get really into this project management stuff. Really important. So just to keep on top of everything.
Yeah, I
If you want to
think
grab
like
laters, well, I've just checked in those animations, just so that we're 100% on sync.
the starting like I think like we need to get into the habit. Of course, when we start properly, it's gonna be different. But we need to get into the habit of just using a tool like regularly, like we use Discord, right? Because the
Mm.
problem with like this to that is like people just forget they exist and just like oh yeah
Yeah,
instead it must be
they
something
are
that
handy. Like I find it a lot better. Like for me, it now when I'm like, what am I doing? Oh, I see a little my cycle. Is now when I'm like, what's to do? It just like quantifies it a bit better, and it makes it actually look like less. Obviously, it's often more, but it's like okay, this. Move on. This. Um,
yeah totally.
yeah, this week if we can get today and tomorrow all of this stuff that's in progress done. I mean today really, I don't see what I can't do today. But if we can get all this in progress stuff done today, then tomorrow I can start doing the character and the clothing and shit. And then we can see where the environment's at, see where gameplay's at, then properly capture, do a mocap session, like decide on what we need, and then add any remaining things, and then launch the build.
Oh yeah, and I was talking to Drew yesterday, and yeah, he had a good idea about um, and I think like it's something that we really need. Like let's say that we have like we play the game and we notice, oh yeah, we need a step down, which like a fast uh, step down to cover this case, right? And we always say that, but like we never really record that that thing anywhere.
Mm.
So I think like maybe maybe even in the Milanote we have a board. As soon as we see a type of mockup that we need for gameplay, we just add it in that list, right? And then we go
Yeah,
like, right, okay, so next session we do that,
yeah.
right? Specific.
I'll create that actually. I'll create an animation board that will hand like base. I'll create a mocap board, which is basically of all like like needs capturing, like, and then rank it like urgency stuff, and then we can split that up into sessions. And then we drag every time we do a session, we just drag the animation that we need capturing into the session. And then when we go to the session, we look at the Miller note. Okay, this session, these are what we're capturing. Then in the session we can move them across once we capture them. So that way it'll just be proper. Like, yeah. All right, cool. I'll create that on the train. All right, I've got to shoot off. See you in a bit, stream. I should see you in a bit now.
See you later. Right then. Let's continue our quest. But first, coffee. Coffee is all you need. Coffee. Team STORROR is a group of friends that grew up in the south of England that basically share a passion for parkour and adventure.
We happen to have a massively diverse range of skills that allows us to take on a lot of crazy projects.
Places we never would have gone without the team.
Doing parkour in skyscrapers in Asia.
Diving off bridges in Basel.
Running around deserts.
Running away from monkeys on rooftops in India.
Always thinking bigger, trying to be more creative.
Constantly looking for another adventure.
It kind of makes perfect sense for us to set our sights into the gaming world.
There's never been a project that has got us as excited as this one.
STORROR Parkour Pro is the first parkour game solely about parkour and its culture.
Connecting with your mates across the world, free roaming, multiplayer options.
On the starting line with like all of your mates to have some crazy race across town.
An open world exploration game where there'll be missions,
training, doing new challenges,
evading security,
time trials,
massive roof gaps, slides through flumes, huge wall runs.
Become immersed to a level at which you actually feel like you're a part of this sport.
We want to build into the game the most ambitious animation technology.
Taking the motion capture to a whole new level.
Completely fluid so that it feels exactly like you're doing parkour in real life.
People always say, I really want to be able to do this, or I would love to be able to try parkour.
There'll be a process of kind of character progression, learning the skills and abilities that you need.
Through the tutorials, sharing techniques.
That's it!
Our goal is to make STORROR Parkour Pro the most progressive urban sports game ever.
The effect that this could have on the parkour community is similar to what the Tony Hawk's franchise did for skateboarding. And having a parkour game on major consoles is going to completely change the sport.
Team STORROR is a group of friends that grew up in the south of England that basically share a passion for parkour and adventure.
We happen to have a massively diverse range of skills that allows us to take on a lot of crazy projects.
Places we never would have gone without the team.
Doing parkour in skyscrapers in Asia.
Diving off bridges in Basel.
Running around deserts.
Running away from monkeys on rooftops in India.
Always thinking bigger, trying to be more creative.
Constantly looking for another adventure.
It kind of makes perfect sense for us to set our sights into the gaming world.
There's never been a project that has got us as excited as this one.
STORROR Parkour Pro is the first parkour game solely about parkour and its culture.
Connecting with your mates across the world, free roaming, multiplayer options.
On the starting line with like all of your mates to have some crazy race across town.
An open world exploration game where there'll be missions,
training, doing new challenges,
evading security,
time trials,
massive roof gaps, slides through flumes, huge wall runs.
Become immersed to a level at which you actually feel like you're a part of this sport.
We want to build into the game the most ambitious animation technology.
Taking the motion capture to a whole new level.
Completely fluid so that it feels exactly like you're doing parkour in real life.
People always say, I really want to be able to do this, or I would love to be able to try parkour.
There'll be a process of kind of character progression, learning the skills and abilities that you need.
Through the tutorials, sharing techniques.
That's it!
Our goal is to make STORROR Parkour Pro the most progressive urban sports game ever.
The effect that this could have on the parkour community is similar to what the Tony Hawk's franchise did for skateboarding. And having a parkour game on major consoles is going to completely change the sport.
Team STORROR is a group of friends that grew up in the south of England that basically share a passion for parkour and adventure.
We happen to have a massively diverse range of skills that allows us to take on a lot of crazy projects.
Places we never would have gone without the team.
Doing parkour in skyscrapers in Asia,
Diving off bridges in Basel,
running around deserts,
running away from monkeys on rooftops in India.
Always thinking bigger, trying to be more creative.
constantly looking for another adventure.
It kind of makes perfect sense for us to set our sights into the gaming world.
There's never been a project that has got us as excited as this one.
STORROR Parkour Pro is the first parkour game solely about parkour and its culture.
connecting with your mates across the world, free roaming, multiplayer options.
On the starting line with like all of your mates to have some crazy race across town.
An open world exploration game where there'll be missions,
Training, doing new challenges.
Evading security.
time trials.
Massive roof gaps, slides through flumes, huge wall runs.
Become immersed to a level at which you actually feel like you're a part of this sport.
We want to build into the game the most ambitious animation technology.
Taking the motion capture to a whole new level.
Completely fluid so that it feels exactly like you're doing parkour in real life.
People always say, I really want to be able to do this, or I would love to be able to try parkour.
There'll be a process of kind of character progression, learning the skills and abilities that you need.
Through the tutorials, sharing techniques.
That's it.
Our goal is to make STORROR Parkour Pro the most progressive urban sports game ever.
The effect that this could have on the parkour community is similar to what the Tony Hawk's franchise did for skateboarding. And having a parkour game on major consoles is going to completely change the sport.
Team STORROR is a group of friends that grew up in the south of England that basically share a passion for parkour and adventure.
We happen to have a massively diverse range of skills that allows us to take on a lot of crazy projects.
Places we never would have gone without the team.
Doing parkour in skyscrapers in Asia,
Diving off bridges in Basel,
Running around deserts,
running away from monkeys on rooftops in India.
Always thinking bigger, trying to be more creative.
constantly looking for another adventure.
It kind of makes perfect sense for us to set our sights into the gaming world.
There's never been a project that has got us as excited as this one.
STORROR Parkour Pro is the first parkour game solely about parkour and its culture.
connecting with your mates across the world, free roaming, multiplayer options.
On the starting line with like all of your mates to have some crazy race across town.
An open world exploration game where there'll be missions,
Training, doing new challenges.
Evading security.
time trials.
Massive roof gaps, slides through flumes, huge wall runs.
Become immersed to a level at which you actually feel like you're a part of this sport.
We want to build into the game the most ambitious animation technology.
Taking the motion capture to a whole new level.
Completely fluid so that it feels exactly like you're doing parkour in real life.
People always say, I really want to be able to do this, or I would love to be able to try parkour.
There'll be a process of kind of character progression, learning the skills and abilities that you need.
Through the tutorials, sharing techniques.
That's it.
Our goal is to make STORROR Parkour Pro the most progressive urban sports game ever.
The effect that this could have on the parkour community is similar to what the Tony Hawk's franchise did for skateboarding. And having a parkour game on major consoles is going to completely change the sport.
Team STORROR is a group of friends that grew up in the south of England that basically share a passion for parkour and adventure.
We happen to have a massively diverse range of skills that allows us to take on a lot of crazy projects.
Places we never would have gone without the team.
Doing parkour in skyscrapers in Asia,
Diving off bridges in Basel,
Running around deserts,
running away from monkeys on rooftops in India.
Always thinking bigger, trying to be more creative.
constantly looking for another adventure.
It kind of makes perfect sense for us to set our sights into the gaming world.
There's never been a project that has got us as excited as this one.
STORROR Parkour Pro is the first parkour game solely about parkour and its culture.
Connecting with your mates across the world, free roaming, multiplayer options.
On the starting line with like all of your mates to have some crazy race across town.
An open world exploration game where there'll be missions,
Training, doing new challenges.
Evading security.
time trials.
Massive roof gaps, slides through flumes, huge wall runs.
Become immersed to a level at which you actually feel like you're a part of this sport.
We want to build into the game the most ambitious animation technology,
Taking the motion capture to a whole new level.
completely fluid so that it feels exactly like you're doing parkour in real life.
People always say, I really want to be able to do this, or I would love to be able to try parkour.
There'll be a process of kind of character progression, learning the skills and abilities that you need.
Through the tutorials, sharing techniques.
That's it, that's it.
Our goal is to make
All right. So let's bring this back up. Okay. Right. Here is the cool one, right? Well, in this case, yeah. So it is still running, right? We need just to say, I'm gonna move this into function because this is just a mess. But for now, and this is select this already. But so let's cover this case here, and then we just write the code properly. So if you are anything specifically, so okay, let's get some specific idea. Format type is, and then like this is the case there we need to craft. Okay, so actually, if more than 1 second, right, crash. So if forming time greater than 0.5, take okay, so so what do we do here? Hang on. Yeah, otherwise, else, just keep going. Right, and this is, I mean, I need to get nice things sorted, but right, let's just do this one. What is end landing? What is this guy doing? Okay, I'm not entirely sure about this, but actually, let me check here. Okay, I see. Right. Okay, yeah, okay. Take that later. So we need to end anyway. So in fact, like we need to This we also need to add. Oh no, okay, oh yeah, it's start actually. Yeah, that is actually the opposite. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we need to end the fall. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so its falling time is more than cycle. But let's just do. Let's just get random, right? Yeah, let's get random. Like this guy here, right? Yeah, this guy here is just really, really annoying. Okay, let's try that. More than a second, just random. More than a second, you don't do anything. You just random. Right, okay, yeah, so over here. This can be a second. Actually quite good. It's quite convincing actually. It stays there though. Yeah, that's another cool one. I love it. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's actually really good. What? That's not convincing at all. What the hell happened there? Yeah, well, that's what we need. Oh, what the hell? Oh, 080. That is highly sus. Oh, you know what? I think it's just got anything. But yeah, I like it. Yeah, okay, that's like. I really thought like your stamina goes to 0, right? Well, yeah, so that's where, yeah. Did they really get it? Yeah, there's something really weird going on right now. Like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not really. Quite realistic, but it's not like uh gaming, you know. Okay, but that's yeah. Okay, that's good. We'll come back to that later. Right, if So this. Oh, what do we do when he needs to take damage? We need to take damage, right? So what do we need to do here? Yeah, it should stop this, right? That's for sure. So, okay, so what animation is... Yeah, we need to have something that is pretty rubbish. Okay, right? So, motion. Yeah, maybe. I mean, still too good for pain, right? But that at least stops. Is that the same thing? Ah, it's actually the same. Yeah, I'm not sure of that. It's not really. No, that's a good one. What? Right? That's very good. What is this guy? Where is this guy? Oh no. Yeah, that's just more like a stick, huh? Yeah. And this is more like... Actually, I shouldn't look at the call, I should look at the landing. Yeah, so we got this case covered there. Guy here. Yeah, so that one is a good one, but we need... Yeah, so that is when you're doing good, not when you're doing bad. We need one when you're doing bad. Yeah, that's still okay, to be honest. Yeah, quite like that one. So this one is, oh, this guy. They're good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's still good. Okay, so we're running out of uh, yeah, I mean, the one is actually awesome. So uh, yeah, this is also good, right? I think maybe the one that is dropping. Yeah, I think I really don't see any other. I think there's this way it is. Okay, let's just have this one. Yeah, okay, I mean this one is the same, right? Okay, so this one we don't need. This is the same. Okay, so the stop is drop off. 48. Yeah, okay, I mean, I'll just give it 38, why not? That's different. And is it landing and hey guys, yeah, today is really good. We got lots of stuff covered. Yeah, it's very nice day actually. We're not complete. Oh, what is this? Running, yeah. Oh, maybe. Running quality. Yeah, I mean, it needs to be cool, right? Because you're not doing anything, right? You need to get landing from top bit better. It needs to be, yeah. We're gonna go once. Oh, so that's not quite correct, right? So, don't be Drupal. Yeah, it's not. That's tricky, actually. No, I just need to delete. Yeah. I need to do landing pool. To do it. Yeah, it's tricky. It's okay. I mean, it's not really. Quite tricky indeed. Okay. I'll just check this landing. I'm running. Forward. Okay. Is it? Not really crashing. It's just forward landing. Yeah. Okay. I mean, let's try like this. So, get landing quality. Yeah, so get landing quality is okay. So okay, so no, okay. Do this. So this is the case, and falling time. Or okay, this is a bit messy, but it will. But okay, so let's find. Yeah, it's gonna be quite. Probably won't work at the beginning. Okay, so now, okay, this guy here should crash. Okay, so now go here. This should crash. here instead. We could do the really shitty landing, right? Yeah. I mean, technically it works. It does the landing that I told him, but the landing is not very good. Yeah, but this should be like a landing that is quite poor. And to be honest, I need to change that look. Yeah. And then if we just land from there, you just keep going. Okay, so go there. Yeah, you do this. You don't do anything, you just pull. Yep. It does what I wanted to do, which is a good thing. Now we just need to find a good animation, but Skin Wars is just like it gets the impact and then it keeps going. So why am I not jumping anymore? Like, I didn't do anything, it would just start a little bit there. If I do the roll, stop. Yeah, okay, it works basically. And yeah. Yeah, there is of course, like very better matching, but yeah, I mean, it just makes sense to be honest. So let's try to see what happens when we are sliding. Right? Yeah, slide. I don't know what happened to this one. That one, quite convincing. Yeah, basically we need more animations like that, and we should be. Let's see. Yeah, that would take. Oh yeah, the other thing is that it needs to take a lot of damage now. Yeah, that one it will reduce the stamina. Okay, I think did properly, but what happens if you do like this? Yeah, fine. Thing was. It's still that like element of pretty good actually. Okay, that really. Oh yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I really don't like this thing. Not enough. Yeah, I really don't like the rotation there. Okay, so we got a crash. Let's have a look. So we still have the crash. Right? Bye. Yeah. Okay. yeah. So, and okay, so let's try it. So if can we run on it? Yeah. So you can ragdoll it, but maybe that you can roll it. Just like you kill all your energy. Okay. This will be the game, so. Yeah, and I think there is one that is very bad. I think. Yeah. That's it. Okay then. Well, this is good. I'm gonna check this stuff in because I don't want to lose it. I think that's a very good very good set of parameters there. We need another maybe 50% more, but this is very good. I like it. I mean, it was a very successful session, to be honest. Okay, let's close this. Okay, everything is saved. Okay, good. Sets. Very nice. Yeah, just a couple of kills, but you know, those are like boring, you know. It's important thing. The logic is out there and it's all working. It's really falling. Okay, guys. Nice. Well, that was a very successful session. Super excellent. Alright then. Possibly back tonight with you did not okay, yeah, just need to go. Possibly tonight we're gonna get a lot of work done on the locomotion, I guess. With David, probably we would have finished the falling by then. And all is good. Well, okay, so I mean, very good stream. Thank you very much, all of you, and catch you soon.